Okay. Okay. Wow. Talk about now I was willing to accept that too. Okay. Talk about great stop placement. All right, so let me make sure. Let me make sure. All right, because yeah, I was willing to accept that because this was a scale in. Uh I had my position all the way down here and I added to the position once I saw that it was going up, but it crashed all the way back down. So I definitely had my stop in the right position. I might actually scale into this again because it does look like they're holding this area. So I guess looks can be deceiving, huh? It looks like they're holding it. It looks like they're gonna hold it. Okay, so I did make a mistake this morning. I did hit daily loss limit in my other account this morning. So after I get out of this position, I'll kind of go over it, what I did wrong and things of that nature. But I'll say that after this position plays out. So it does look like the Bears are trying to come back in, but uh, because we went through a a demand area like it was nothing. I do think that we have a lot more room to rebalance, and that's why I'm betting that we're going to go long. I mean, there's going to be bears fighting this, but they ran through support like it was nothing. So once that happened, all I see is a sweep of liquidity and the move going up, doing the same thing as it goes down. And this is what makes trading the Nasdaq somewhat more dangerous than trading the ES, is because it will trade through support, but then the recovery will be just as uh, it will do the same thing going up as it goes down. So it ran through support. If it gets up to resistance, it's going to run through resistance because of all this run of liquidity. So I am looking at a possible rejection, possibly at 540 to 550. And so I will keep that in my but I will let some of these run just in case. I'm gonna let some of these run just in case. Because I mean this position is it's definitely stacked. So I can let some of these positions kind of run. I think if we do pass that, we can probably see 630, but I'm gonna try to front run it at 620. But I am looking for the market to kind of reject at 50, 550. And we'll see. Hmm. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'll be back. Give me a second. Hmm. It's all right. All right, man. Mm. I'll just drastically reduce my risk on this. I think this is still going up. The only thing that if I'm going to scale into this, I just have to find an area where they're going to try to scale in safely. Because I do think this has some more room for upside. I don't think 33 is the end. Nice, nice. Okay. 97. No, I could work that. Okay, that's good. Because if they're going to hold it, they're going to hold it right here. This is why trading the NQ can be frustrating at times. This is why trading her can be frustrating. I swear, man. Oh boy, I swear. Typical NQ behavior. Typical NQ behavior. bouncing in and around that golden zone. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, okay. Nice. Okay. I just want to completely. All right, so one or two things can happen here. One or two things. Either this candle flips and we continue to go higher, or this could be an area where the bears come in and we can sell and they sell this down and we can possibly see price trade into this area right here, 414. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks that I got taken out of that position. We do have news in 7 minutes, so I will try my. Yeah, we have the consumer sentiment report and the consumer inflation expectation for the month of August in 7 minutes. So we'll see what happens with that. It does look like this does appear to be a double bottom. I mean, a double bottom, a double top. But the ES looks like it's about to blast off as well. So I think the Nasdaq is going to do the same. We'll see. We'll see what happens if price gets into this area. What the price does once it gets back into this like 490-ish area. If I see like a bullish pin, I'll buy that and take the chance on it. Unless this is like one. Huh. So if this is just one big leg going down, and we're gonna have another leg going down. I guess 285. I guess. All right, so let's see if they hold this area. I'm kind of hoping that the bears kind of knock this down so I can get a better another entry long. But I'm not blind that this could be a short. It's just hard to trust shorts, even if they get big moves like this. It's kind of hard to trust them because bears just don't. They just seem to not be able to hold whatever move they have. It's just like the buyers are always aggressively buying, so it's just hard to trust the bears. It really is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mm. Well. Mm. Yeah, it looks like they're buying. I think that was my opportunity to buy this at a decent price. Yeah, that was my opportunity to buy that at a decent price. We'll see. And keep flipping. Yeah, it looks like it's about to pump on the ES. So I'm gonna make the assumption that they're gonna do the same on the Nasdaq. It looks like they're about to pump it, or it still has some more room for upside. So mm, I think that was my opportunity to get in at a good price at this bounce. We'll see if we can get another opportunity, man, because it does look like they're trying to bounce it on the ES. It does look like that. All right, so I mean, I don't think they come back. I mean, if they take out this low, they take that low out. I mean, if they take it out, then we have more room for downside. Okay, I'll take it this time. I mean, Nasdaq, if it's real, don't limit me in. If it ain't real, wow, did this shit? I was about to say, did it just jump my order? Okay, so I'm gonna put this at 70. Put this at 69, right underneath this low, and put it right underneath that low. I'm willing to scale in at 78 if I see something. All right, here comes the fireworks. 20 seconds. All right, here comes the fireworks, baby. Oh man, it's gonna put me in a short position. Gonna put me in short. Okay. All right, so let's see. About to say, like, dude, look at me. My cursor back. All right, we'll see if that was a mistake or if this was. I mean, it does look like a double top right here. It does, but I'm just gonna bet that the market is gonna push past this. Mm. Because just the ES just still looks bullish. The ES still looks bullish, so I'm gonna make the assumption that the Nasdaq still has more room for upside. Because if the ES is looking bullish and the Nasdaq is struggling, then I don't know what kind of world we live in. But I will give this breathing room because I don't want to get wicked out like I got wicked out yesterday. There we go. There we go. Nice. 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 Okay. Well, all right. Let's see if they can keep pushing this thing higher. Hopefully, we can get these first targets hit. Damn, JC, 35 contracts, yo. You got some cojones. And JC, with Smith, dude, I don't know. He kind of went MIA on me. So knowing Smith, I know there's something wrong. Maybe I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm concerned just as well as you guys, man. I'm concerned. Hopefully he's okay. But he hasn't been sending he hasn't responded to any of my messages, so hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully he's okay. Um I'm pretty sure he's just probably just going through some things. I mean, he just came back home and maybe he's not feeling like himself because yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna give him his space. He'll reach out whenever I guess he feels that he can. Because when he came back, you saw that he wasn't doing as well trading. So I mean, there's obviously something was wrong. But yeah. So he'll reach out. But if he stays gone for too long, I'll put out a damn missing person on his ass for real. Like, all right, dude, like this ain't like you. What's up? Stuff like that. So because that's not like Smith at all. It's not like him at all to do anything like this. So yeah, we appreciate that, JC. And like I said, I definitely have been concerned about him because ever since he came back, I just noticed a change in him. Only the Nasdaq would do some things like this, man. Just play with my heart. Just hit that target, baby. Just hit that target instead of playing with my heart. Hmm. Okay, good. Hmm. Damn, dude. Damn. Damn. Hmm. All right. So for some reason, the system thinks I'm in one contract. So Once I get past that $3,000 threshold, I'm gonna have to close out the position. Let me just close it out now. Just close it out. I don't particularly care to play that game with this at all. Even though yeah, this actually might be we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it looks like they swept the liquidity above this high right here. Yeah, JC, I do something similar to that. I do something very similar to that, and I don't know what that psychological switch is and why it triggers because I'm very aware when that like it's like a switch and I feel it and I try to ignore it as much as possible, but it definitely when I just get on this winning streak just like you, get close to not necessarily the payout, but just completing the task, just about to pass the account, go tilt. Just goes tilt, man. And then it's I go through the cycle of going tilt and then revenge trading. And then depending on how the revenge trading go, obviously if you lose, you're still going to revenge trade. If you win, you're going to revenge trade. It's like, man, it is a horrible cycle. I will say that. I swear, dude. Y'all saw that, right? I swear. I freaking swear. I freaking swear. Like this thing just wants to hurt my heart, man. It wants to hurt my heart. It wants to hurt my heart, man. I freaking swear. All right, guys. I passed this account. All right, I passed the account. That account is passed. I passed the account. The account is passed. So I'm going to talk about what I did this morning. I was kind of disappointed in myself because, oh, let me say this first. Uh, I think this entire month, last month and this month, uh, if you don't want to make money, don't show up at the NA meetings. But in all seriousness, I have been doing a lot of updates with the NA meetings with the quality. I'm trying out a new editing style, and I think this style kind of fits it a little bit better. I got the audio situation cleared out. I got the color cleared out. So I think now the only thing now I have to do with these NA meetings is just kind of make them uh, have more information. But we talked about both this 680 area and we talked about this 580 to 585 area for the ES in last night's meeting. And boy, were they the top. Unfortunately, this happened while I was asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. So unfortunately, I didn't take this trade, but I just hate that they do these moves in pre-market, and then we kind of have to find something else during the session. So what happened this morning? Well, I got in at this area right here. I saw that they was targeting 450. I just didn't think that they was going to do a straight shot from all the way to 680 to 450. I mean, this is basically one big giant leg. So I figured that they would come in here at this 490 area. So I went long and I scaled in here at the bottom, and then I scaled in again, or yeah. And so I over leveraged because I was like, it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce. And it did not bounce. It went straight for that 450 liquidity, and it swept underneath it about 5 points. And I hit daily loss limit on the account, on that 100K account. And, as I was, I guess I was in the moment, I was scaling into a losing position. Now, I usually will scale in 5 extra contracts. So if I'm down, so it depends on the strategy. Like I said, I usually use an 18-point stop, or I usually use a 27. In this situation, because of all this bearishness, I implemented a 27-point stop, and I added 5 micro contracts at 18 points. So I basically got filled, and then I added an additional 5 contracts. So I was in like maybe 2 or 3, but I was already down 20, 30, 40 points. And by the time it bounced, I already hit the daily loss limit. And it just kind of sucks because today would have been that last day I would have passed the 100K account. And y'all guys saw it last Friday that, again, I was at $1,000, and then I lost all that money, and I had to start the account all over again, basically, because I went from 5,000 all the way back to quote unquote break even. And then I brought the account back up, and now it's down 2K again. So it's like, well, I was able to catch this move in my funded account. So I'm kind of happy that, I mean, I did hit daily loss limit in one of my evals, but I just passed 30K today, or 50K. And I made about $700 in my funded account. So it's a bittersweet day today. It's bittersweet. The reason why I'm hitting that eval, so making the money in the funded account, I'm kind of asking myself, well, I mean, I kind of revenge traded in my funded account, really. I mean, obviously I waited. I got in at, I think I got in around 540 because I talked about this area in last night's NA meeting. So I got in at 540, took about 4 points in drawdown, and I was able to capture this move all the way back up to about 60. And I guess the reason why I'm kind of, upset is because how do I say this? Is because I was trying to be consistent in this 100K account instead of trying to pass it in one day. I was following my rules. I was trying to stay within my daily $1,300 to $1,500 maximum daily profit target. And I was doing that consistently. And that's how I brought the account back up to almost 5K. And then I allowed myself to go on tilt because I couldn't accept that I was wrong in this situation. And I added to the position, and I hit daily loss limit. And all that work that I built up over this entire week was gone in a matter of minutes. And that's what's really bothering me about that. It's really bothering me. And it's like, well, I should have just accepted that I was wrong. But in the moment, I just didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to get wicked out. I know it's going to bounce in this area, or no. Or at least at the time, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it has to bounce in this area. I was convincing myself, yeah, it's going to bounce, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it bounced in this area after it swept the liquidity. So I was too early to the party. in this situation. But unfortunately, it cost that account, and that's what's bothering me. I should have just accepted the loss. I should have just accepted it. Mhm. No, Maui. I only trade MFF at the moment. Um, I did see that Apex is doing that deal again with the 250 and 300K accounts, but they talking about DCAing, and a part of my strategy is DCAing at least once into my position. So I mean, I guess I didn't want to play that game with them. I guess. Damn, look at that. All right, so actually, let me go to the sim because I'm not trading in other accounts. I made money in my funded. I made money in so I'll just keep practicing and keeping the short sharp in the sim. Uh, yeah, Marquise, I have noticed that as well. That's usually when pre-market opens. I usually go long because it just seems like the shorts happen here and there, and it seems like whenever the market goes down short, it only goes down short when we're having a continuation move, something like this. Like if we had a lot of bearish momentum into the close, it usually follows up and then it bottoms out. And this is what usually happens in the pre-market. That's why I just go long in pre-market. But if the market does continue to go up higher, at least on the ES, so we got that bounce. So I mean, we could see a move back up to. I mean, we got that break of structure at 70. Or I mean, hold on, let me look at the ES real quick. Let me look at it. Yeah, we got this break of structure here at 70. So, I mean, if they try to trap high right here at 75, then this is to be the best place for the bears to come in. So either here or at here for the bears to come in. But for the Nasdaq, I'm thinking the Nasdaq has a lot more room for upside. Yeah, if we don't see a rejection here at 605, I'm going to make the assumption that we could see a rejection here at 630. 630 is actually the area where I think the bears will come in. Somewhere around 630, I think that's where we'll get, at least if not a reversal, a pullback. So that's what I'm thinking. But looking at in order for the Nasdaq to come up into this area, that means the ES would have to come into this area as well. So we'll see. We look at the hourly candles. I mean, this is a strong hourly candle. Yeah, this is definitely bullish on the ES. Definitely bullish on the ES. Hmm. Yeah, I think they're gonna try to come for 630. So I mean, if I see another opportunity to get long on the Nasdaq, I'm gonna take it long. But I will be watching the 605 area though. I will be watching it. Um, actually, I'll try this. I'll try. I'll try this. I'll try this. I mean, we may see price come back to the bottom of this range where VWAP in the 50 is. But I'll definitely try. Make sure I'm in the sim so I don't go shit. Hmm. And I had to figure out why the hell the Nasdaq does that. So, hmm, with those damn targets. Hmm. All right. So I mean, we got a strong close above the 21 EMA. So I'm gonna take a chance on this trade. I'm gonna take a chance on it. Make sure I'm in the sim. All right. Hmm. Make sure there's not any ghost orders lingering around. Actually, let me do this because I didn't have the best entry. So I'm going to implement my 27 point strategy and put this at. I'm gonna put this at 61 because I did not have the best entry. Okay, let's see what's happening. See what happens. But again, the reason why I got into this position is because we're at an area where price could potentially bounce. I have all the EMAs sloping to the upside, and if price does reach the bottom of this range, the 50 and the VWAP is right here. I don't like the fact that my stop is literally right there underneath it, but hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Also, it's saying something, so I want to kind of hear what he's saying. See what he's saying real quick.
Longs there. Longs there. And those longs don't match up on the NQ. On the NQ, this, oops, longs would be this one maybe, this one for sure, and that one.
Absorption spires NQ.
But just remember, nothing is guaranteed. That's why you must use a stop.
That is definitely true. That is definitely true. Use your stops, people. If I used my stops instead of my daily loss limit, I could have possibly got my money back. Well, possibly I would have gotten my money back if I used my stop instead of my daily loss limit. And over leveraging into a losing position, actually. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Let me stop the tunnel vision and let me look at the higher time frame chart. All right, so I think I'm good in this position. I think that's just the bears failing to take this price down. I think that's the bears failing right there. And by the size of this candle, I think I'm good in this position. As I stated, I think we're going to we might see our first rejection at 603, 605. But if we can push past that, 630 is definitely in the cards. 630 is definitely in the cards if we can push past 605. On the ES, yeah, the ES still looks bullish. It still looks like it has more room for upside. So I'm going to make the assumption that the Nasdaq is going to follow suit. So yeah, I think I'm good in the position. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So I was able to scale into this and get some profit. I think I might start implementing the 27-point strategy with the scaling at 18. I think I might start implementing that but that's going to be for bigger accounts, like for the 100K account and for the my 150K accounts whenever they recycle. I think I'll have my 150K accounts actually in 2 days. Actually, on Monday, I'll have my 50K accounts, actually. And I'll start implementing those strategies in those bigger accounts because those 50K accounts, I don't want to start doing things that I can't do right away. Unfortunately, with the 50K starter accounts, I'll start those off in the ES. I build up a cushion and then I switch over to the Nasdaq so I can trade her the way I want to trade her. Because then it's only temporary. All right, so we got that target hit. Okay. So to kind of recap this trade again, I just kind of figured that because I used the ES as a lot of I use the ES a lot in this trade, and that's why I kind of took it in this area. If you can look, well, if you see, the ES does look like it still has some more room for upside. We're basically trending here on the ES, and this is how you know that I'm not prepared, or at least that's how I know. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I kind of figured that the ES still has some more room for upside because we're basically trending off of the 21 and 50 EMA. Now we'll see what happens when the ES bounces off the VWAP and the 200. We'll see if we get a bounce here. Let's see how I'm doing in that Nasdaq trade. Yeah, they came back and retested the VWAP. And this is kind of why I don't necessarily move my stops. Like in my ATM strategy, especially on my funded account, my stops do move up. And I'm gonna try my best not to move that. Or I try my best not to move my stop once it moves up in my funded account, but in the evals, I will move it back. But we got this range support. We got VWAP right here. I mean, we at this point we know people are going to at least buy. We're going to have market participants buy at VWAP. I mean, that's going to happen more often than not. I mean, you do have times where they do trade through it, but the only time that I've seen them trade through VWAP is when we leave major supply. That's the only time I've seen them trade through it and not bounce. But then, shit, even then. And I got to make sure that I remember this as well. Got to try not to get emotionally caught up. That hourly chart. Man, they're still both bullish. I mean, you can see that it's still in the kind of negative on the ES after it got that rejection at 570. The NQ still has a lot more room for upside. It got to 92. So it got to 92. I'm still watching for them to reject at 603, 605. So I think the bulls are going to keep buying until we get to that. We're going to get to that level. Let me actually move this down. Or at least that's what I'm betting on, that the bulls are going to keep buying until we get there. Now, we do have this double top, though. So I'm not blind to that. I'm not blind that, we got this double top. And from that double top, we got that rejection. But it just doesn't feel that the bears are in control yet. It just doesn't feel that way. And it hasn't reached the objective that I believe the market is trying to get to, which is here. Let me see. Mm, yeah. And that golden zone is right at that 630 area as well. So, like I said, I think the market wants to get up here. I think the market wants to get up in this 630, 635 area before the bears really come back in. Mm, okay. Mm, Hmm. All right. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I see that. I should have known. Let me see what Oso saying.
Or zoom out. The green lines are your super trends. Anytime they are broken, it flips to the other side. As you can see earlier in the session, the super trend for the NQ was short. Then we broke it here. The super trend was long until it broke right here and it flip-flopped. So now we're looking at short trade setups for the super trend. Hopefully this gives you a quick answer. And this is a NinjaTrader platform that you're seeing in the small box on the NQ chart. And this is a DS super trend that you can find for free on the NinjaTrader marketplace. And those of you on the ES chat, this is what it looks like. Just in case.
Let's see. Let's look at that. All right, let's look at that. Hmm. Instead of using my whole daily loss, and I had the opportunity to do that. Super trend, huh? I'm gonna look at this. So it looks like this thing was just created in June. It's like a super trend thing. It says supporting trend indicators include in zip package. I mean, it's a bunch of all this other stuff. I don't know what the heck any of this is. Zero lag TE, the TEMA, the ZLEMA, the DLM. Like, what's all this? Yeah, I'll look at this later on. Okay. All right, so let me look at this real quick and see. What am I missing? So they did not go for the, of course they do. They always front run it. They always front run it. Yeah. And so I guess I was wrong. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. So they sold that damn thing down. They sold it down. So they did not go for 603. Make sure they sold it down. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So I guess they use this as the resistance right here. Hmm. And that's what I was initially targeting right here. Hmm. Typical NQ. All right. Hmm. All right. So it looks like she bounced at this range. All right. So I guess we'll see what they do here, man. We'll see what they do. So they bounced it. I'll be looking to see if at 525 if they're going to use this area as support again. They've used this area as support and resistance. So we'll see. Once we get this pullback. Nah. Hmm. Let's see. What I'm going to be looking for is how they react if price trades back into this area right here. This is what I'm looking for. Look at Okay. All right. So the question is the ES going to bounce it here and protect this low? That's the question. Is the ES going to protect that low? Or do we see? Man, I gotta figure stuff like this out. I can't. I can't. I got to defeat these types of days. I got to. Okay. I gotta defeat certain things. Oof. And the price action is just going in one way. I mean, so we got this. I mean, so we got this big move down. We got this retest. They sold it back into this range. We saw this profit taking in this area. Are they going to, the question is, are they going to use this area as support again? Or are they going to, well, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm in. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm in. I think it's like, what, 502? I'm going to vindicate, man. Okay. Let's see. This will be my last trade. This will definitely be my last trade. I got a 3. I have a 3 losing trade limit. So if I lose this trade, I'll just accept that I'm not seeing the market today. I'll accept that. So far, I think what? Yeah, I lost 2 trades, so I'm down $1,200 in this account. So if this was a 50K, I would hit daily loss limit, but the ES does look like it's about to possibly bounce here. I mean, I guess they could make an attempt to double bottom, but they might want to protect this low right here at 51. Or if not necessarily protect it, probably sweep it. Excuse me. Probably sweep the liquidity underneath this low. We'll see. Actually, what I should have did was look at the hourly candle. I mean, as crazy as this sound, I mean, this hourly candle is still bullish. This hourly candle is still bullish. It's just that right now we've had a lot of selling. But this is still a bullish hourly candle. In order for this to be bearish, this thing would have to flip. And we would have to break this low at 490. We'd have to break that 590 low for this to be bearish. So almost exactly where my stop is what price has to do for this candle to flip. Shoot, honestly, I might just have a hmm. Yeah, I definitely gonna have to do that this weekend. Continue to work on that. And I'm glad I discovered that, honestly. Mm. Yeah, Maui Maui. Um, at this point, this is my favorite movie. This is my favorite TV show, my favorite movie, The Sherm Short. I, I will say I have gotten to a point in my life where nothing else interests me at all. Content, today's content is so watered down. It's unwatchable at this point. TV shows are so watered down with all the crap that they try to, instead of trying to entertain you, they're trying to re-educate you and tell you how you feel and how you think is wrong and how you should adopt their way of thinking because it's so righteous, even though we see how stuff like that plays out in reality. We see it. But hey, the leaders that are appointed into office, every single one of them are unfit, or not every single one, but majority of them are unfit, and you can see it in the results in their city. So I can't even go on vacation to certain places anymore. I was telling Smith, or actually, I don't, yeah, I was telling Smith, and I may have shared this, but before the pandemic happened, I was actually preparing to move to New York every day. Every day. I'm I'm fortunate that I did not move there because I was about to move there. And I'm so glad that I didn't because that city now is so ran down. is so unlivable. It's too expensive, and it just seems like the leaders there are just incompetent. I know that it's an agenda there. I understand that certain things are happening, but um, I prefer not to live in a city like that where they allow criminals to, or they protect the criminals more than they protect law-abiding citizens. They encourage you to start businesses, but at the same time, allow people to come into your said business, vandalize it, steal from it. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't move to New York. Trading is the only thing that still makes sense. Hmm. I find it so interesting that the Nasdaq hit my break even like 10 times. She is such. So I'm gonna probably start implementing a rule. If I get my first couple of targets hit, I'm just gonna reduce my risk. Um, about 13. I just reduce it underneath this candle. I mean, if it shoots underneath this candle, then I mean this position is done. So having my stop all the way back here after it's kind of made its move up and it made this strong low. Hmm. And this is what happened to me yesterday. It hit my break even so many times, and then it ran off. Even though I got stopped out of that original position, I still think the market is trying to get back up here to 605, 603. I still have that bias. And if we can get past that, then we're going to 630 for sure. Going to 630 for sure. Let's look at ES and make sure she's doing the same thing. So yeah, the ES also made a strong low. Right at that, yep, right at 50. I think this low is at, it made a low at 51. And yep, it touched that 55 level, 55, 54. And this is what I was looking for. I was actually going to take this long, but I'm in the sim, so I was like, well, it's not really a big deal. I mean, I would have got my 10 points hit, or actually, no, I'm still about 3 points off from 10 points. Yeah, I'm still about 4 points off from 10 points. But I will say that trading the ES, you got to be prepared for slow, choppy price action. I always would prefer to trade the Nasdaq because I don't have to. I mean, the only thing I have to really prepare myself for with the Nasdaq is just her notorious this crap that she likes doing. She loves doing this. I don't know why. I feel like my first target doesn't deserve this, but I mean, I guess she feels that it does. Um, she just loves to not feel that first target. And then after I get my first target hits, then the other targets are easier, but it's always that first target. Always. It was like a tick off, literally a tick. tick off. So. Oh yeah, and I mean, I guess it's really a trade-off with the Nasdaq. I mean, every trade you take, you have to expect that she will probably run through a support or resistance area just to run back to it. I mean, that's kind of what she does. I mean, stuff like this where she'll go through several levels of support just to run back to it. She does that. I mean, the only thing, the trade-off with the ES is that you don't have to worry about that. If she's going in one direction, she goes in one direction, she pops out and she goes in one direction. With the Nasdaq, you can be right and wrong at the same time. You can be right in the direction, but you can be too early in the position. I mean, that's just the trade-off with the Nasdaq. She moves fast, but she's not that solid. And this is the fifth time that she's hit my break even. It's Friday. And that's something else on the ES as well. I mean, she didn't come all the way back to break even, but that trade that I was in yesterday, oh man, if I held that trade, oh my God. I mean, that's just the only thing with the ES as well. Where's that trade at? Yeah, this trade right here. If I held this trade, only my first target would have got hit, and I would have got stopped out of the rest of the position. And that's always the concern with the ES. Always will be the concern with the ES. But I mean, she is stable. I mean, you just have to wait for your targets, and it might take all day. So, I mean, like I said, that's the only thing that sucks about the ES. All right, so if it takes out this low, I'll drastically move my stop up if it takes this low out. All right, so I mean, there's buying in this area. That's obviously buying, but the question is, will the bulls hold this off? Because it seems like the bearish pressure is. It does appear that the bulls are. They're buying it, but they're not. They're not flipping it. They're not maintaining control of this buying pressure. It seems like the bears are more aggressive than the bulls right now. The bulls are aggressively buying, and the bears are aggressively selling. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I think my daughter's crying about something. Oh. Just for the Nasdaq to do stuff like this. I mean, this is just this is just what comes with trading her, man. You kind of have to be solid in your position. You have to be, and this is what I've learned trading her over the years. Is just she does stuff like this. She'll make you feel like you're wrong. She'll hit your break even 10 million times and say, "Oh man, I didn't get you," and she'll just run to your targets. Hmm. That's what the Nasdaq does, man. Seems like the bears are kind of getting overwhelmed. Seems like the bulls are absorbing some of this bearish pressure. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, this shit up. Okay. All right. All right. Mm. Hmm. 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 That's so interesting. I mean, it's the same thing but reversed, right? The same thing. But I guess it's just better just to trust the bulls than the bears, I guess. Okay. All right, guys. Unfortunately, that's it for me. 3 losing trades. I'm done. All right. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm not disappointed in today's performance because I definitely am. It does appear that, I mean, especially with this trade, especially with this one. Mm. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I was just being cute. Okay. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Ah, dude, look at that. Oh man. Okay. Look at that. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so we just had a double bottom. Ah, man. I swear, dude. And then it bounced on the ES too. It bounced on the ES as well. Okay, so I mean, am I missing something here? Am I missing something? Am I missing? I mean, it kind of double bottomed here. I mean, it did just make a. It just did. Okay. Okay. 646. Hmm. 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 Oh shit. Okay. Hmm. So I'm thinking that this might be the turn. We got a double bottom. We got price coming back at this point of control. Still thinking the market wants to get here. Uh, It would have been nice to try this double bottom. That's what I should have did. That's where I should have gotten in. Hmm. Hmm. I guess in hindsight, I guess that's what I should have waited on. I guess. I mean, how many times did it come to our break even and it collapsed? I guess it was always trying to get here, I guess. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. So, okay. I'm gonna try this one last trade. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna put that 1125. I mean, because it goes underneath that double bottom. I mean, there's no, you can't even justify that. You can't even justify that. Because this is supposed to be the super liquidity right here. So the market should be going up. Like I said, might have been too early on that. And this is why one-way markets with no price action, where price is being delivered to one side, it's just not my strongest days. And I hate days like these, but I'm not going to run away from it. Um, because one-way bull markets, at least bears have opportunities. In one-way bear markets, man, this thing will just sell. It'll crash. And that's why I enjoy being a Bears, because you get this type of price action going straight down when price is being delivered only to the sell side. But you can see as the market is going up one way, we still get bearish price action. And that's kind of why I kind of hate uh, bearish one-way price action type of days. I hate it because it just goes straight down.
Me. Sometimes I forget I am human as well.
I'm gonna have to probably look at that. That's not that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably just start doing that. Probably just start implementing a lot of changes. Because this thing could be. All right, so let me see. So on that ES trade, I think I would have just got my first 10. So I would have got my 10-point target hit on this ES trade if I took it earlier, but it took. So I was looking at this at 9:50. It took about almost an hour for it to hit my first target. Almost an hour for it to hit my first target on the ES. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. Honestly, I'm no longer in the mood to deal with this. Okay. So what are you trying to do, MQ? What are you trying to do? I mean, it's obviously that the Bears are trying to sell this back down. I mean, you can't blame the Bears for trying to sell this. You can't blame them from trying to sell this. I mean, you have a failure here, really a two-legged pullback. This was into support. We had this move up, retesting this area, sweeping the liquidity above this high. So, I mean, it does make sense that the Bears sold it here. Mhm. Hmm. Hmm. The question is, are the Bulls are going to finish this all? Hmm. Nice. And the Bears are definitely coming in and they're hammering this area hard, man. They definitely hammering it hard. But we got both the 21 and the 50 EMA right there kissing each other. So you can see that's probably why the Bulls are buying. And the Bears are having a hard time trading through it. I mean, that 21 EMA is definitely the truth. I fought the 21 EMA so much in the past when it was going against my bias. And I will say that the 21 EMA has, for the most part, always held up. All right, so finally getting that first target hit. Finally getting that first target hit. So usually we can cancel this order. We can move break even, but I'm just going to reduce the risk on this. I'm gonna start reducing the risk because honestly, the Nasdaq has definitely been coming back to break even and stopping me out just to hit the target. So I'll just reduce the risk on the targets moving forward instead of putting it at +1. I don't mind putting it at +1 until after both the first and second target gets hit, and I have 3 runners. I'm gonna start implementing that if I haven't already been doing that already. Okay. All right, so I'm more confident now. More confident. We're touching at least this level right here, or we're touching 33. I mean, with this double bottom, 33 seems to be the more likely target. And now I'll move my stop up to break even +1. And I'm gonna end it here, guys. Like I said, I'm definitely not proud of the performance today, especially off stream. I allowed this move to. Hmm, hmm. I allowed this move to make me disregard my trade plan and the way I want to trade. Yeah, I only log the days where I lose, and you can see that I don't necessarily have too many log days, but when I lose, it's usually something that I'm doing that I kind of disregard every time. Like I said, you go on these win streaks, I feel that I become more careless. I don't know why. I just do it. Don't know why. Mistakes made, not necessarily not respecting. That was the mistake that I made this morning. Another mistake that I made this morning, well, I guess, was not recognizing. What did I do right today? It's kind of hard to make that determination, especially when today was kind of like a scratch. Like I said, I hit daily loss limit in my account. I did make money in my funded account. I did pass an account today, but I did lose 3 trades in a row in the sim. So I mean, today was kind of bittersweet. I'm not proud of it. I mean, I'm not proud of it at all. What did I do right? Like I said, it's kind of hard, but I know, I mean, obviously, because that post blown account clarity. I mean, what did I do right? I'll come back to that. So, what should I improve on? So these one-way bear price action days. These even it's crazy to say that I'm a bear, and that these are usually my worst days after extreme bullishness because it's so hard to trust bears nowadays that when we do actually finally get the bears to sell it through the floor, I'm still in a bull mindset. So these are the days that for right now, until we get back to two-way price action where the bulls aren't just getting all the damn play. These are the bane of my existence, and these are usually my losing days. I think all these days were one-way bear price action. If we get price action both ways, I can make money that day. It's just these days I just have to understand and do. I have to understand. What did I do right? So I guess I'll say is that I came back and made money in my funded. I waited for the market to come to me because I mean you really don't have no choice in the ES. I mean I used the level that I was looking at in the NA meeting last night. I think it was like a 15 to 16 point play, so I got in at 540. Yeah, so I got in at 540, and I think I think I got out at probably like 60, so that was like a 20-point play. So yeah, so I got a 20-point play in that. Yeah, so I did that right, but I wouldn't have traded in this account if I didn't hit daily loss limit in my eval. And then I went back to my rules and passed another funded account, another 50K account. I mean, I really don't know why I deviate from a winning strategy. I just do. I don't know why. It just do. All right. So, like I said, I think the market is making its way back up here, and especially how the way that I should have just waited for this double bottom. I kind of like in hindsight, I kind of hate that I was trying to buy it here. I kind of hate it. But at the same time, it could have still hit my first target at least. But I should have recognized that they was trying to hit this double bottom. I should have recognized that. But I didn't. We'll come back on. Like I said, these days suck, but I mean, we come back the next day. We always come back the next day. And we always make the money back. It just sucks in the moment that we had losing trades. It just sucks. Yeah, look at that. All right. So I mean, look at the price action. I mean, it was there. It was choppy, but it definitely was there. Let me see if I can see it on this chart. Price action was there. So I mean, after this, I think I'm gonna end it. Once that target gets hit, I'll end the stream there. So I mean, even though the price action was choppy, I mean, the price action was there. So, I mean, so we did get a flush right here. And what I should have been paying attention to instead of kind of getting blinded by the price action was, I mean, after, I hate this post loss clarity after your stop gets hit, you see it. I just hate that the mind emotionally hijacks you and it blinds you from this. So, I mean, obviously we have this range. I have it drawn out. We had a break of this range, and what I should have done differently in this position was recognize that once price bounced off of this range and retested the bottom of this range after we just had this breaker structure, well, I mean, I guess I just hate that I didn't see this. Of course, they're going to try to, the Bears is going to try to retest this low. We have this two-legged pullback into support, and from here, we had this move up. Just hate the fact that I missed that price action. Just hate it. Of course, post-loss clarity. All right, we'll just get this last target hit, and we'll end the stream here. I mean, I would have to actually look at the, I would have to look. The Nasdaq just loves doing that. Like, she just absolutely loves doing that. She loves doing that. It's so, my God, she loves that. She loves that. That was literally 2 ticks away from my target. 2 ticks. She loves to do that. Mm. All right, so yeah, it kind of sucks when you don't take the ES trade because I mean, even though this took almost an hour for this to play out, this literally took an hour from 54 all the way to 67. So what is that? 13 points. 54, yeah, about 13 points. So I would have been up 13 points in this position, but we'll see what happens if once it gets up to the 70 level, because I think that's where the Bears may try to come back into this. The ES isn't set up right now for it to take out this high. I mean, we got to move up. It's definitely going to have to pull back. It's definitely going to have to pull back. It'll probably pull back to 64 if it wants to really. Actually, my bad. I mean, if it wants to take out this high, I'm going to make the assumption that it has to pull back. It has to. Well, it doesn't have to do anything, but it's highly likely that it will pull back first because the ES doesn't go straight up and then, yeah, there's that pullback. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. And typical Nasdaq fashion. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I'm just gonna reflect on today's price action. Today was definitely not my best. So I had a 90% week. This was the only day where I hit daily loss limit in the account. So today, I mean, we're still green on the week, but We don't, unfortunately, as humans, we focus on our losses more than our wins. Even though we had a profitable week, the way that right now, I'm more focused on right now and the loss. So I'll definitely use this. I'll reflect over the weekend. I'm still working on a bunch of stuff for you guys. Again, the NA meetings, I've approved that a lot. The NA meetings have been 100% this week and last week. All the levels that were called out were hit, and we saw big moves away from those areas. So make sure you guys check those out. But again, we'll come back Monday. We'll come back strong, and we'll do this again. With that said, peace out.